Good day, guys and girls. Do you have a standard white framed screen door like this one? You're looking to spruce it up? Super cheap and super easy. Well, stick around. I promise you it's going to take no special tools at all. Not really a lot of talent or skill. Just the steps that are involved with this video to follow, and you'll have something that is the envy of your friends and neighbors. I promise you. So stick around. Alright guys and girls, so if you've been following along with the channel, you'd see the other door that's in behind the screen door. Look at that one. Nice painted door, nice glass insert, looks awesome, but the screen door just doesn't match it. But we can fix that, and we've still got some paint from when we painted that front door, so we'll be able to paint everything to match. We've actually tried to match as best we could anyways, the wood trim around the window and the rest of the door frame, so hopefully everything's gonna just really tie in nicely. Now the first thing that I've done is I've removed the glass panel that's in the screen door just to make it lighter. We also have a screen insert that goes in there. I would recommend removing both of them. It reduces weight, first of all, but second of all, it makes it easier to handle. You can actually grab the door from the inside and actually pull the whole thing out as one frame. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna pop out the approximately 8 screws, 10 screws that are holding this door in place. Now, the door frame might be kind of wedged in there, or might actually get kind of sealed against the original paint, and that's common. So just watch that when you're pulling it out. It might be a little bit stiff. It's gonna be no problem. Just remove the screws, pop it out. We're gonna go set it up on some stands somewhere, and we're gonna get ready for painting. So stay tuned. So we've removed the door and the frame from the original frame, and came out a little bit differently than I remember. I thought the frame was all one piece. The frame is actually 3 pieces. So she's out now. She should be able to slide right back in place. But now would be a good time to go back and actually paint the rest of this trim, so that when we slide it in place, if there's any discrepancies on where that frame is sitting, you're not going to see, in the case of this one, kind of like a tan colored line in there. So we're going to make sure that we paint that before we move any further and putting that door back in. So as I was saying before, you can see here that there's the top piece of the frame, there's a side piece of the frame, and then the other end of the frame with the hinges on it is actually attached to the door. So it's technically 3-piece. It's not how I remember it, but that's fine. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to take a nice degreaser. In this case it's Simple Green. Not sponsored by Simple Green at all, but we're going to take the degreaser, we're going to wipe everything down really well. Then we're going to follow it up by some isopropyl alcohol. That's 99% strength. You can do anything that's 70% or above, and that way it'll just get any remaining grease, fingerprints, or anything like that off of the door and the frame before we get ready for painting. Now when you're getting things prepped, you might notice that there's this weather stripping here, this little kind of felt or fuzzy strip in here. These will usually just slide right out. Place that off to the side. Now you're ready for prepping and painting. All right guys and girls, so we're ready to prep everything for paint now. We've got the degreaser on there. We've taken the isopropyl alcohol, rubbed everything down, tried to get off as much as we possibly could. Now we're going to end up scuffing it. So these are just what they call Scotch-Brite pads. I would not use sandpaper, even wet sandpaper. It's not going to do the job that we need to do. We just need to lightly scuff the surface so it gives something for that paint to bond to, as opposed to like a really smooth, slick surface. So we have the white one here. We're not going to use the white one. We're going to use this one. This gray one's supposed to mimic steel wool. There also is a blue and a green pad. We're not going to use those, but you can use any pad that you want. The white, the gray, the red, or the green will work. And literally all we're going to do is just go and scuff everything, every surface. Try to get down into these little cracks in here. We're going to continue over this whole door and those 2 pieces of frame just like that. And we'll see you back here in a couple minutes. So you can see the leaf blower below. I used that to actually blow out all the dust that we created when we were sanding. It also gets out any of the residual cleaners or alcohol that's in there. So the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to mask off every area that we don't want to get oversprayed. We're going to keep the inside of the frame white. We're going to keep the outside of the frame the gray color. And this way it'll match everything from the inside when the front door is open. Everything's white on the inside of that door. And then everything on the outside will be the gray color. You can use any standard painter's tape for that. You can use the blue or the green. The green's cheaper, so we're going to probably use more of the green than the blue. You can use even the dollar store painter's tape, that works too. Any kind of painter's tape will work. Do not use masking tape. Masking tape does not really release that easily, and you could have some problems with basically residue and pieces left behind. So always use painter's tape. So we're getting everything ready for paint here. You can see that we've got everything that we want masked off. And just a little reminder, those white screws, we want to paint those as well. So I just set them up on a cardboard box. This way you can hit them all, go from different angles, top, bottom. Make sure that you get all of your screws covered as well. So really, all we're going to do is we're going to take standard Rust-Oleum paint, not sponsored by Rust-Oleum at all. This is a 2x Ultra cover, and it's a satin. That's why we had got it. Let's put it on the English side. So it's a charcoal gray, it's a satin, so it's not super shiny. But what it allows with this nice tip on it is good, even coverage. Hit from different angles. You just want a light coat right now, really, really light. You just want that first base coat to stick. Might be a little bit splotchy, but that's okay. We're not looking for perfection this time around. And because we're outside, we don't necessarily have to have respiratory protection on, but I do recommend it. Come in at different angles. We're going to try painting that white strip on the bottom, that weather stripping, and see if it works. Because I just think it would look a little bit goofy not having that on there. And we're just going to continue like this, and we'll see you for the next coat. So guys and girls, we've got the first coat applied, and this is exactly what it should look like. It should not look perfect. If you're trying to put on a first thick coat, you're going to get runs, sags, all kinds of problems, blotchy spots, you name it. Do a nice light coat to try to get that base coat down, then the next coat will go on that much better, and we'll probably even do a third coat on this one. We'll see how it goes. Now, the can says that it dries to the touch in 20 minutes and recoat within 1 hour. So we are going to follow the manufacturer's instructions, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll see you for the second coat. Well, guys and girls, this is what 2 coats looks like. I told you not to panic, told you not to worry, told you that we were going to get there. So this is 2 coats, and we're probably done, but I'm going to take a look at it again. We might apply a third coat. We'll see how it looks, and we'll go from there. So let's see what happens when this tacks up a little bit more. So guys and girls, this is what it looks like with the second coat all tacked up. And honestly, like, it is smooth, but I did notice some spots that I missed. Kind of see one down on the edge there. There were some spots kind of right down in there, if you can see that. A couple other little spots that we've missed that I think a third coat will do. And again, this is outside, so it needs that extra protection. One thing that I forgot to mention is you can see the tape that I've placed down here. That's so that I don't keep getting paint on this felt part or this rubberized part of the saw stands. As you can see in the past, I wasn't as vigilant, but I kind of learned my lesson a little bit too late, but that's what I forgot to mention before. But honestly, this thing looks like glass, but I think the third coat's just going to make it pop. And again, provide that extra protection that an exterior door needs. Well, guys and girls, this is after the third coat. Looks like glass. I'm very, very, very impressed on how well this laid down. I just couldn't ask for anything more. If you just do the simple prep and the steps that I mentioned in this video, it's going to be just as good, if not better, than what I'm doing, because I'm not a professional painter. Never claimed to be, but we're going to let this fully dry 24 hours, maybe even a little bit more, because we've got a long weekend here. And then we're going to reinstall, and I'm going to show you what the finished product looks like, so stay tuned. Well, guys and girls, what do you think? I think it looks about as close to $1 million as possible, and we didn't have to spend a lot of money or a lot of time in order to do it, and it just makes a world of difference. The paint color that I've chosen for the wood frame around the door is not that far off, so I think everything blends in there very, very nicely. I'll let you guys and girls make your own decision down in the comments, but if you're here and you made it to this point in the video, pretty sure that this means that you're really interested in what we've done and you're very satisfied with the results. So if you guys and girls are looking for videos on, say, how to paint the front door, how to install that nice glass window insert on an existing door, how to refinish exterior chairs, Adirondack or Muskoka chairs, how to paint a garage door, this is the only place on YouTube that you're going to find that information. You're going to get the information you need to do it quickly and cheaply with professional results. Yes, you might need a special tool here or there, but with the knowledge that you're going to get from the more you bear, it's going to go miles and miles. I firmly believe that men, women, the elderly, young people, you're more capable than what you think. Again, just a little bit of knowledge that you're going to get here on this channel, maybe a special tool here or there, you're going to be able to do more than you could even think. If you're looking for yard maintenance, property maintenance, even car maintenance, basically anything that exists on your property, this is the place. And remember, you never know unless you bear. We'll see you on the next video.